All right, folks, we are live, and this is Sherman Ray, Black Success Magazine, the podcast. Thank you, folks, for being a part of the show today. Um, wow, yeah. So we are live and broadcasting. Uh, it is Tuesday, so thank you, folks, for being a part of the show today. Doing a little, once again, another just kind of just making changes all the time, trying to centralize things a little bit more. Today, we're going to talk about positive thinking and really beginning to work on our mindset some more. We got some good, great things that are working for us right now as far as COVID goes. So it looks like we're rounding the bend. For those of you who may not know what's going on globally, they've actually started. Oh, let's make sure. I guess we didn't get started here. There we go. All right. Um, for those of you who don't know what's going on globally, we have actually, in Britain, they've finally started administering the COVID shot. Pfizer has put some of their work into into practical experience. And so you've got people that are out there, which is great. I mean, I think it's just one of the greatest things that's ever happened globally. So we're very excited about that. So it looks like maybe we're turning the corner on it. And so that continues to play into this whole positive mindset that we're going to be talking about today on Black Success Magazine. For those of you that this might be your first time ever being a part of the show, we generally are on the show Monday through Friday, starting at about 8:30 in the morning. And so we do a lot of, just a lot of stuff going on with the show. We've got the podcast going on. We got the magazine. And for those of you who may not have ever been know what the magazine's going on with the magazine will be out in another week or so, which is very cool. So it's very excited about that. So the magazine, the podcast, we're working on books, working on videos. We just brought on board with us. I'm very excited about this. Her name is Brooke Brim, and Brooke is she's a writer. She's she's a marketing guru, that kind of thing. I found out about her. She is. I was looking for more holistic food, more vegan friendly, that kind of thing. And one, for me personally, because I want to take care of my body. But number two is that for the Black community, we have been we've been decimated by the COVID outbreak. And so bringing on somebody who is more vegan friendly, more vegetable friendly, that kind of thing. I'm not a vegan, guys. I love eating meat every once in a while. But if I can be as close to that as possible, I'm there. So we brought on, so we're just bringing Brooke on. She's awesome. She lives in Atlanta, which in Black speak is Mecca. We call that Mecca. Here in America. And so Brooke says that she is more excited about being a part of the Black Success Magazine. So she'll be a contributing writer. She'll bring in some great stories. So I know a lot of folks are going, vegan. Yeah. No, this is different. This is vegetarian or vegan soul food. Okay. Vegan soul food. And so this is different. No, this is not like your regular, just a bunch of leaves and stuff like that and seeds. This is a whole new twist. Sorry, I got something on my feet there. This is a whole new twist on soul food that we're used to, food that we love. So we're not giving up any of the flavor or the familiarity with food. We're embracing that. We're just substituting some of the stuff because don't you know you can't live on barbecue and fried foods as all the time. You just can't do it. So today we're going to talk, once again, we're going to talk about positivity, and it's all about being positive. We're moving forward. Looks like, once again, that the pandemic is starting to go into the rearview mirror, which is great. We cannot, excuse me, cannot be more happy about that, because any group of people that have been hurt by the pandemic the most are people of color. That would be us. We've probably been hurt the most of any group of people, and so we need to find our way out of that. So back to the before we get started, once again, if you would like a copy of Black Success Magazine, the digital edition, when it comes out, send me an email. You need to send me an email at info@blacksuccessmagazine.com. It's info@blacksuccessmagazine.com, and we'll get that out to you. If you'd like to be an advertiser, definitely send me an email, info@blacksuccessmagazine.com, and we will get that in your hands, and we'll make sure that you become an advertiser for us. So let's talk about positivity and training your brain to look at the more positive things in life. We live in a really negative world. I mean, just not. I wouldn't call it negative. I would just say it's going. It tends to slide in a negative light. And we live in such a beautiful world. That's the thing about it. We live in such a beautiful world. There are so many great things in the world to look forward to, and especially if you live in America. If you live in America, I'll tell you, this is the land of opportunity. There has never been a time in history where we've not had more stuff and the availability of getting stuff in our hands. This is not like in the 1800s, not like in the 1700s. It's not like the early 1900s. America, of all places on the planet, is truly the land of plenty. And so we, as a people, should take advantage of it. But we are deluged, deluged with such negative thought all the time that it's hard to get there. It's hard to get that, to see the forest for the trees. And so let's train our brains to look for it. It's almost like, and we were talking about this in an earlier podcast, that if I said yellow Volkswagen, and for you to look for a yellow Volkswagen, you will look for that yellow Volkswagen, and you'll probably find it pretty quickly. And you'll go, see, oh, there is a yellow Volkswagen. Oh, or there is a purple, Mazda or whatever it is. 9 times out of 10, that car is probably driven by you 100 times that day, or it's in your neighborhood. It might be right next door to you, but you've not looked for it. The reason why is because that's not something you've been looking for. It's the same thing with finding positive things in life. It's not as though those things have not always been there. It's just that you've never been looking for them. And so, as entrepreneurs, as parents, as people just living in a country like ours, we are surrounded by some great things, and just wonderful things. And if we just look for them, we'll find them. But if we're looking for negative things, we're definitely going to find those. They're all over the place. And if you're looking for them, you're probably going to find them. So let's talk about some ways to train your brain to look for positives in life. First thing is strengths. It's our starting point. It's discovering what tools that we have. Everything that's already good and that contributes to the success of to an objective, even when you don't think it's there. So take an assessment of yourself. Focus on things that skills, attributes, talents that you already have. What things are already available to you? What strengths do you have in life? Sometimes it's really easy to, sorry about that. I hope you can't. Can you hear that? I hope you can't hear that. That's our gardener out front. That's a good thing in life, is that we actually have a gardener that's out there you know, gardening right now. Probably not right now. It's probably not a great time, but I'm very happy to hear that our gardener is out there. Um, our strengths and reminding ourselves of our strengths are one of the first things that we need to do is say, okay, am I tall? Am I short? So, of the 7 billion people on this planet, you are the only person with the strengths that you possess. And that's something to really think about. Of the 7 billion people on this planet, only you are exactly your height, have your exact voice, your cadence, your life experience, your talents, your your aptitude, your temperament. There's only one you on this planet, only person with your fingerprints. You are uniquely made, and you're uniquely made for a certain thing. So sometimes when we get down on ourselves, we need to remind ourselves, boy, there's only one me, and I am the one who's going to be able to speak to this particular problem, or be able to speak to this, you know, situation. I might be the only person who can solve that because I have my own unique take on life. Um, let's see what time it is. Yesterday we ran really long, so I've got to really keep an eye on my time here today because I have a tendency to talk a lot. Um, Number two, opportunities. Um, there are internal opportunities, like example, permission to give yourself experience the new predispositions, encouragement, and I'm sorry, there's a the guy's like right outside my window. My Our gardener's right outside the window here. Um, Only if there are opportunities that present themselves to you on a daily basis, speaking to people, places that you go, uh, situations that you find yourself in, that you look at and go, wow, you know what? I can't believe that I'm actually got this opportunity to do this, that, or other thing. I am in a unique position with unique opportunities because I meet some really cool people. I mean, every day. I put myself out there all the time to allow myself to have even more of those opportunities. And for that, I go, wow, even though COVID is doing some things over here, and there's some negative things happening in the world, and there are negative things over there, I get opportunities that some people will never get. When I was singing on the road, when I was an entertainer, some of you've heard this story before. I've sang on pretty much every major continent there is, save Africa. Not been on Africa, Antarctica, or the North or South Pole. Not been on those two continents, but Europe, Asia, Australia, Hawaii, that kind of stuff. America, of course, all over America. Um, those opportunities give you pause to go, wow, that's pretty cool. And don't that I think we lose track of that, and we don't look at that and go, wow, you know what? I get to be in front of this person, or I get to be in front of that person, because we're looking at the negative things. We're looking at, oh gosh, the washer and dryer broke down or something like that, But look at the opportunities that present themselves to you on a daily, sometimes moment by moment basis, and you go to yourself, wow, and there are more opportunities that you can create in life, and only you can do that. This is a real cool thing about it. Not everybody. If I were a female, excuse me, it's like I had a puberty moment. If I were a female, I would have different opportunities, but because I'm a male, I have other opportunities. So I'm not going to look at what somebody else has. I'm going to look at what I have and what I'm able to do with what I have. What are my strengths? What are my qualities in my life? And sometimes what we do is we look at what everybody else has, and we compare ourselves to what everybody else is doing in life instead of looking at what we have. Because really, you're not going to be able to be that person. Okay, you're just not going to happen. It's just you are not that person in life. So let's deal with what we have, and let's embrace what we have. We are, and I am a certain height. I'm a certain weight. I'm a certain temperament. And you take stock of who you are, and you go, wow, this is what I get to work with. But you can make more of it. But you've got to focus on you. You've got to start looking at you and saying, okay, yes, this is what I have to work with. Instead of looking at what everybody else is. If you're spending your time looking at what everybody else has, you will miss out on a great opportunity to do you. Okay, I think that's a great word. Do you. Just do you. Do your hair, do your face, do your body, do your mind, do your spirit. Don't spend time worrying about other people and what they're doing. When you're doing that, you're wasting time. You're wasting time and the only thing you've got is time. So don't waste that time looking at other people's lives. Number 3, aspirations. In your life, only you have a certain wants and desires in life. We call those aspirations, those things that you want to see happen in your life. Take advantage of that. Look at that. Turn that over. It's kind of like my mouse that I've got here, and I love the color of this mouse, don't you? Let's say that's an aspiration. What do I want this to do? And begin to feel that out. Sometimes people wait their entire lives to follow their dreams, and you don't want to be that person. Okay, you want to be that person that says, "Hey, guess what? I've got an aspiration to write a book, climb a mountain." Okay, don't worry about what everybody else is thinking. Okay, because I think that sometimes that's what gets in the back of our head is we worry about what other people are going to think. Screw that. Screw those other people in life. Okay, they're not living your life. Okay, don't be a people pleaser in life. Whatever aspirations you are thinking about going to, get that in your head, and you start thinking about this on a day-to-day basis, as opposed to what's everybody else thinking, what's everybody else doing, what's everybody else going to think about what you're doing. Forget that stuff. The people, and let me give you an example. Many of us have people in life that we look at on TV, and we say, boy, they're doing such great things. Wow, they're doing what great things these people are doing in their lives. And we wonder how they got there. They said, screw everybody else. That's really pretty much what it is. Okay. I know it doesn't sound really, as eloquent as it could be, but that's basically what they said. They did not allow someone else's opinion about what they were going to do in life to dissuade them. That's why you're watching them on TV. Okay? Cedric the Entertainer, Snoop Dogg. Snoop could care less about anybody. Martha Stewart, they don't care. Kim Kardashian, whoever it might be. And my wife doesn't like Kim, so I just kind of throw that out there. But your aspirations are unique to you. Do you? And that should give you pause to start saying to yourself, boy, I got a lot to live for in life because I'm going to do me. If you want to be a cook, you want to be a chef, you want to be a YouTube star, whatever you want to be, those are aspirations that are unique to you. Do you? Okay. Number 4, results. Results. Reaching your final goals in life are great ideas. I mean, I think one of the things that falls by the wayside is that we don't think to ourselves, boy, what am I going to get out of this? I'm writing a book right now. And instead of writing the book and going, oh, gosh, drudgery of writing every day and coming up with concepts and putting them down in draft after draft. Oh, the phone rang or something like that. You know what I'm thinking is the results of what I'm doing. What is going to be at the finish line? Let's go back and let's go back to the example of the diamond miner. Okay, diamond miners are not hour by hour, minute by minute thinking about the dirt and the rock in the blasting, the darkness, the sweat. They're not thinking about that as they're going day to day. You know what they're thinking about? That doggone diamond they're going to find. That's what they're thinking about. That's all they're thinking about. They could care less about any of the other things, and that's how they can go. They can get up in the morning, real early in the morning, and go, I'm going, putting on my hat, putting on my overalls, putting on my gloves, and I'm going down in that hole, because the result is what they're thinking about. When you're going through your day to day and you're working on your business, you're working on your writing, working on your product, you're working on your service, you're working on your sales pitch. Focus on the result of what is going to happen. What is the goal? Let's say you're trying to lose weight. Instead of focusing in on the the depriving yourself of that, that sweet morsel that you want to eat, think about, I'm going to fit in that suit. Oh yeah. I'm going to be fit. I'm going to be walking on the beach and I'm going to be wearing that new bikini. I mean, not me personally, but you know what I mean, girls. Or maybe I will. Maybe I'll throw on a Speedo. Hey, this is 2020. I'll throw on a Speedo if I want. But think about the goal of where you're going, the result of where you're going, not upon the drudgery of what you're doing. Let's say that you're driving in a car. I think this is a great example. You're driving in a car, and all of a sudden somebody gets in front of you, and which happens pretty much every day. Okay, this is a practical thing that you could actually work on. Instead of you worrying about that person who's getting in front of you or they're curbing in front of you, you know what I mean? They're speeding and everything else. Pray for them very quickly and say, Lord, please don't let them hit anybody. If they're going to get in a car wreck, let it be by themselves. But think about where you're going. I mean, you're really not going to be able to control that person. For one thing, you're not controlling that person. But number two is you're getting your mind off of where you're going in life, and you're fixing your mind on other people. I mean, you're on people you can't control. Think about where your day is going to be at. Okay, what you're going to be doing today, the people you're going to touch today, the products, the services, the ideas, the creativity that you're going to be working on today, and how they're going to affect people down the road. Don't get caught up in all the chitter chatter that you hear people talking about. You're on a different path. Okay. You are going to be one of those people that are going to be on TV one of these days. People are going to be watching you. You're going to be the guy on the billboard. You're going to be the guy who's going to be in front of the audience, inspiring people to move forward. That's where you're going to be at. All these other, little battles that are happening out there in the world, trash and upset people and all that other stuff. Okay. Let that go that way. Okay. You've got someplace else to go. You are on a success journey in life, and you're on a different path. So get off that path. It's kind of like the game, Robert Kiyosaki's game. Do I have it here? Actually, I have it here. And it's called, what is the name of the game? I've played it so many times. But basically the game is how to get you off of the treadmill of life. Okay, the treadmill where you're kind of going around like a hamster. You're getting out of that rat race and you're getting into the lane of self-actualization, getting into the realm of getting what you want out of life, being inspiring. Instead of you waiting for things to happen, you're actually doing things in life. That's where you're going in life. you're looking for the results in life and you're not looking for the terrible things. You're looking for the positive in life. You're looking for green. Okay. So I'm going to challenge you today. We're just out of time. I'm going to challenge you today to begin to look for the positive in life. There's always positive in life. No matter what you're looking at, there's always something good to be gained out of every situation. You just got to look for it. So today in life, begin to look for those things. Look for when you're walking down the street. Let's say you're walking out. I'll give you an example. You're walking down the street. You're seeing a sidewalk full of whatever. Sometimes it's just got stuff all over it. Okay. Instead of looking at the sidewalk as a sidewalk, look for, and you're going to find it, a growing plant that is growing out of the concrete. You're going to find it. I'm guaranteeing you. Or you're looking on a wall and you will see a little piece of growth, a light. It's life is what it is. It's life pushing its way. It's a metaphor for life. It's life growing out of what looks like just death or looks like out of negativity. That's what you're looking for in life. You're looking for the positive in life because you're going to find it out there. Okay, we're out of time, folks. If you liked the show today, if you're on YouTube, you're on our Facebook page, want to encourage you to go over to our YouTube channel, Black Success Magazine, and subscribe to our channel. Okay, we put up videos pretty much 5 days out of the week, so there's a lot of videos up already. Our podcast, we will actually have our podcast up if time permits in the next hour or so. We are now on Apple Podcasts, so you could actually go to your Alexa, and I just figured out how to spell that word. Our Alexa, you can go to your Alexa speaker and just say, "Hey, Alexa, play Black Success Magazine podcast," and we'll actually come up. So we're on iTunes, Spotify, we're all over the place. So we encourage you, download the podcast, listen to it over and over again. I get blessed myself when I listen back to our podcast because there's things that we all need reminding. And even when I'm saying it, I need to be reminded of it all the time. And I'm the one who's putting this stuff out. But download the podcast, share it with a friend and saying, "Hey, look, you need to hear this stuff. This guy's saying some really cool stuff." And you can go to, Apple Podcasts or Google Podcasts. You can go to Spotify. You can go to all those places and you can find us, Black Success Magazine podcast. Once again, the magazine's coming out in just a little over a week or so. If you'd like a copy of that, just send us an email at info@blacksuccessmagazine.com. That's info@blacksuccessmagazine.com. Once again, if you'd like to be a sponsor for Black Success Magazine, we just have a few openings left. I really encourage you, you're a business owner or you're somebody who's got something you want to get out there, let us know. Just send us an email at info@blacksuccessmagazine.com. We'll be back again tomorrow, 8:30 in the morning, where we will talk about the people, the places, the trends to help edify and to encourage your mind, your body, and your spirit. This has been Sherman Ray, Black Success Magazine, the podcast. We'll see you again tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.